So, good morning and welcome back to Premier League news. Now, today we're going to speak about a couple of transfers that could go through. One that is potentially pretty much done, and that is Hakim Ziyech to Chelsea. Now, as an Arsenal fan, when I read this news, my heart just sunk. It was like, why? Why are we not buying this guy? Why has nobody bought this guy? Why has nobody gone in for him until now? I kind of don't get it. Absolutely fantastic player. His stats speak for themselves. 113 games for Ajax. He's got 52 assists and 40 goals. 92 goal contributions in 113 games in Ajax in Amsterdam. And he is going for the small fee of about £40 million, which makes it even more questionable that Arsenal haven't gone in for him. And like I said, I've watched this guy for a couple of seasons now. I think in the Champions League last season, he was one of the standout players. He was absolutely fantastic. I love watching him play. He reminds me very much of Riyad Mahrez. I love Riyad Mahrez. I've wanted him at Arsenal for years, since he was at Leicester when they were winning the title back in 2016. And he reminds me very much of him. He's very quick. He's very technically gifted. He can score a goal. He can create a goal. He's got the work rate. He's not the most physical, but his technical ability and his brain, his footballing brain, set him apart from loads of players, hundreds and thousands of players. And for £40 million, absolute bargain. Chelsea have got themselves an absolute baller, and it makes me wonder why my club didn't go in for him. We're still sat there with Mesut Ozil. Jesus Christ, is it 2012-13 all over again? We should have been all over this guy. Absolutely brilliant. And the thing I like about him is that he stayed at Ajax. I'm not 100%, so if somebody could tell me this, I'd appreciate it. Did he sign a contract in the summer, a new contract with Ajax? Leave that in the comment section down below and let me know. Either way, they've still had their pants pulled down, Ajax, because I think he's worth more than £40 million. Just the fact that he's left foot, his right foot, he can create, he can score. And like I said, the volume of goals and assists this guy gets is just unrivaled. He is so good, it is unbelievable. And this is why in the summer, when I was doing my daily transfer updates for Arsenal, I was sitting there looking, and we were linked to him. Was we officially in for him? I'm still not convinced. And it makes me wonder why nobody wanted him in the summer just gone. I don't get it. I genuinely don't. Because like I said, every time I've seen this guy, every time I've seen the highlight reels, every time I've seen his name pop up in a report in the media, I thought, you know what? He is exactly what Arsenal need. And Chelsea have got themselves a top class footballer. And not only that, they've got themselves a footballer that, if he kicks on and goes to the next level, they're going to make an absolute fortune off of him. If they don't keep him, they could sell him on in a couple of years' time for Hazard money, if not more. And he is kind of a replacement for Hazard, and it's something that Frank Lampard's probably wanted since he's been there. Obviously, they're on a transfer ban, so they didn't really do anything at all in the January transfer window. But by all reports, they have agreed a fee, and he is going to Chelsea. And it's kind of gutted. It's a kick in the teeth for any Arsenal fan. I want to read this out. I don't want to get the quote wrong, so I'm going to read it directly off my phone. The Ajax boss, Erik ten Hag, spoke about Ziyech, and he said, "I have known what Hakim wants for a long time. He is very clear about that. If it happens, I would only applaud that, because it's a fantastic club. We are very happy for Hakim, and I am very proud of him." And that was, as I recalled this, at 12:30 Spanish time, so early hours of the morning, so 11:30 UK time. That was about an hour ago, so about 11:30 my time, 10:30 English time. And that is a direct quote from Erik ten Hag, and that's all but confirmed it. And like I said, they have got themselves a top class player, Chelsea, and he is going to light up the Premier League. I've got no qualms about that at all. He is going to come into the Premier League. He is going to set it on fire, and everyone else is going to go, boy, why didn't we go for him? And £40 million. Let's be real here. My club sold Alex Iwobi for just a couple of £1 million less than that to Everton. This guy is unbelievable. And he's going to Chelsea and my club don't even want him. What's going on? Like, I genuinely don't get it. And I look at it and it makes me sad. It's like, you know, Chelsea have got this ruthlessness about them that even though they're not the best team in the league right now, they can still attract top players. They still have the ruthlessness to get rid of players, even after a year, 2 years, 3 years. You know, go back to Arjen Robben. You could go back to Matej Kezman. You could go back to Shevchenko. You could even go back to Torres. They've gone through a whole list of players over the years that have come in and been all right. Yeah, been all right. Torres was probably the biggest flop out the lot, although Matej Kezman weren't great, or Shevchenko. Arjen Robben, out the ones I've named, was probably the best one. But they still said, you know what? Not for us anymore. Off you go. And he ain't done bad at Bayern Munich, has he, to be fair to him. But they have got that ruthlessness about them that I just wish my club had. And sadly, it don't look like we're going to get it anytime soon. But there we go. Listen, leave it in the comment section. Doesn't matter what team you support. Let me know how good you think Hakim Ziyech is. And yeah, really upset by that, if I'm honest. Anyway, let's move on to Isco. Again, another player that I rate so highly. I have rated this guy since he was at Malaga back in the day. A player that I've always wanted at Arsenal. Now, apparently, Arsenal and Chelsea have inquired about him, and Real Madrid have quoted a figure of £63 million. Now, when you look at that, £63 million, and you can compare that to the Hakim Ziyech money, I suppose, yeah, a little bit more mature, a little bit older, plays for a bigger club, been on the scene for a lot longer. 63 million, is that really a rip-off? Then you add in the wages, you're now talking well over £100 million over the length of the contract for the fee and the wages. Is that worth it? Apparently Arsenal and Chelsea have been put off by that. I do think he's going to leave Real Madrid. I genuinely do. I don't think him and Zidane really see eye to eye. But he is the golden boy of Real Madrid. He's a Spaniard. He plays for Madrid. He's one of them. And the fans love him out there. The way this geezer sits people down is just ridiculous. He reminds me a little bit of a mix between Santi Cazorla and Cesc Fabregas. And like I said, I would take him at Arsenal in a heartbeat. For me, Mesut Ozil's got to go this summer. Just pay him off. Just pay the money. It'd be the best business we do all year. Just pay his contract out. He's got 1 year left in the summer. There's your 18 million. Ta-ta. Move forward. Get out the club. Go and get Isco. We've obviously missed out on Hakim Ziyech. We have got to be in for Isco. If we're not in for Isco, it kind of says where we are as a football club. I kind of already know where we are as a football club. We're that middle tier. We're not even in the top tier. We're not sitting at the top table anymore, unfortunately. And that's because, well, listen, I could do a stream about that for about 5 hours and probably cause a lot of people to get their knickers in a twist because they don't like facts and reality. But I'll save that for another day. But for the purposes of this, I would take Isco in a heartbeat. And again, I think he'd light up the Premier League. I think he's so good. Again, technically gifted, left foot, right foot, pulls that string in midfield, dictates the tempo of a game. He would be a joy to watch. He would be worth the entrance fee alone, very similar to Hakim Ziyech down at Chelsea. And I bet Chelsea fans are buzzing. If they land Isco as well, Jesus Christ. And they have got a lot of money, Chelsea. Let's be real. They've been on a transfer ban. They didn't buy anybody in January. And they've got a lot of money to go and spend this summer. They sold a lot of players. They made about £150 million in the summer just gone by selling Hazard and a load of under 23s, basically, that they're stashing in their youth setup. And that's how they balance the books. And that's a good business model. And Roman Abramovich is not stupid. Unfortunately, the people and the powers that be that run Arsenal are. We pay out the same amount of wages annually as Chelsea Football Club, and look at the difference in the squads. We've got the fourth, in fact, ours is just a little bit higher than Chelsea. We've got the fourth highest wage bill in the Premier League, and we've got the 10th best team in the Premier League right now. So it's not really going too great for Arsenal at the moment, and it's something that needs to be fixed very quickly. We need to get some big players off of the wage bill in terms of big wages, in terms of big names. I'm sick and tired of these big names. Just get rid and start again. But anyway, let's move on. Leave it in the comments section. Let me know your thoughts on Hakim Ziyech. Would you have taken him at your club first and foremost? Do you think they've got a bargain at £40 million? And secondly, if you're an Arsenal fan, or if you're a Chelsea fan or not, whatever, would you take Isco at your football club, and would you take him for £63 million? Do you think that's a good bit of business? Like I said, as an Arsenal fan, all day long, 63 million plus wages, bargain, bring him in, let's move forward. But anyway, I will be back at 5 o'clock this evening doing my live stream as normal, so keep your eyes peeled for that. And I will be back at 9 o'clock tonight as well, doing another live stream. Twice a day, consistency is key. Kante work rate, not quite Granit Xhaka work rate, but there we go. But anyway, listen, thanks very much for watching. Do subscribe, like, and share. Check out the membership scheme in the description. Any members that have watched this, big up yourselves. You get this on early access. And it comes out at 7 o'clock for everybody else. If you want to get early access plus a load of other perks, check the membership schemes out. Until 5 o'clock, I'm out of it. Laters, peeps.